Hi, my name is Tony Boutros, and this is the Reborn podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Today we'll be talking about confronting your past. It's really difficult to move forward without confronting your past, and I'm going to discuss how to go into that and how to get over your past, how to not let it become your future. For we can only move past our past when we confront it. We cannot avoid our past as much as we may want to. There might be pain. There might be hurt. There might be struggle. There might be things that we aren't comfortable with. And that is the exact reason why we need to pursue it, why we need to confront it. Otherwise, it will linger over our entire life. And that is selfish. Imagine never operating at full capacity because of your past. Now, I want you to think about it from outside of yourself. I want you to think about it as if you have a family. If you're being torn down, you're not operating at best possible, are you? You're not, and because of that, your family will struggle. Not only will you struggle, I know you're going to be a man and be like, well, you know what? I really don't care how I feel. And I understand. I understand because fuck happiness is such a big idea today, and sometimes it does make sense. The issue becomes when this happiness or when this thing that is carrying us down called our past is ruining our performance in our life, in our family, in our career, in our health, in every other aspect of our life. That's when it becomes an issue. I recently started confronting my past, and it's funny because my name, Tony Reborn, actually comes from wanting to be reborn, wanting to refuse and not confront my past. However, the name will stick. The perspective will change. When you confront your past, again, that is the only way you can move forward. And so let's get into my past. Growing up in a big city, in a city full of rich kids, full of sports, full of athletes, full of hot chicks, full of cool dudes, full of everything. We're a great football team, great soccer team, great basketball team, etc. Great sports city. And by the way, the number one city to live in for the last 3 years, Carmel, Indiana. The issue is I did not belong. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who my people were, and I didn't know where I was going. I decided I'd try to fit in, and that was a mistake. By trying to fit in, I became someone who I was not. I became someone who developed their personality entirely to be liked by people around him, to be popular, to be appreciated, to be seen as a cool kid. And in reality, it's not something worth doing. You don't sacrifice your personality, yourself, your feelings, your actions, your emotions, etc. for those of others. For those of others who don't appreciate you. For those of others who don't even know who they are yet, may I add. And I want to go into this, and I want to refer to the monkey brain and the neurocortex. For those of you who don't know what those terms mean, the monkey brain is the emotional brain. The monkey brain is the one that's going to tell you, eat ice cream, eat chips, eat pizza, watch TV, scroll through social media, watch porn, do whatever the fuck you want to do because you feel like doing it. That's the monkey brain. The neurocortex is the one that is logical. It is the one that will make you develop the life you've always wished for. It's the one that gets you to the gym. It's the one that has you eat healthy. It's the one that has you work hard. It's the one that has you do all these things that you know you should be doing whether you feel like it or not, because they're going to benefit you. But the monkey brain is going to be like, no, man, I don't want to do that. I want to go out. I want to party. I want to drink. I want to smoke. I want to get with chicks. I want to watch porn, whatever it is. That's what the monkey's brain is going to do. So I want to ask you real quick, which one do you think sounds better? Which one do you think you should be using in your day-to-day life? Your neurocortex or your monkey brain? Hopefully you answered your neurocortex. Your neurocortex, again, is the one that is going to make you do things that you know need to be done, that will push you towards success, said than done. Because the truth is, oh yeah, man, I'm going to use my neurocortex, but how? So here are some habits that truly help me develop discipline and develop my neurocortex and develop that into a daily part of my life. And now, these aren't the be-all end-all, mind you. You can develop your own habits. You can develop whatever gets you into that routine, whatever gets you that discipline, whatever pushes you towards success. Because for some people, it might be art. For other people, it might be going for a swim. For other people, it might be playing basketball. It's different person to person. For me personally, I found lifting. I found boxing. Those truly helped me. Boxing, you zone in. You think about nothing but boxing because you don't want to get hit. Let's face it, you don't want to get smacked. You don't want to get hit in the face. So you zone in, you work your ass off, and you might still get hit. But guess what? When you get hit, it might hurt for a few seconds, but it's refreshing. It's refreshing because it's like, I'm alive. I'm here. I am training. Rather than being on my ass at home watching Netflix, watching Stranger Things, and eating a bowl of ice cream. I'm here at the gym working my ass off, and that makes you feel amazing about yourself. And you need that confidence. Now, lifting is also great. Now, it is a bit different than boxing because you're not as zoned in. So I don't recommend lifting for everyone, or at least lifting heavy, lifting PRs, lifting your 1 rep max, etc. I recommend to lift, but do it carefully. Don't hurt yourself because guess what? I'm going to go max out today, man. Comes back 2 hours later and he broke his shoulder. Guess what? Now you're back to square one. Now you can't work out. You can't even box because you need your shoulder for boxing. So now you fucked yourself and you're going to have to develop either another habit or you're going to fall into a deep, deep, deep depression. It's that simple. And that, unfortunately, or a similar situation happened to me. I had an AC joint fracture, me out of the gym for 6+ months. And in that time, you really start to learn how to go your day-to-day without the gym because you're forced to. That doesn't mean it's healthy, though. In fact, in that time, and the time thereafter when I wasn't back in the gym, I gained 80+ pounds, almost 100 pounds, simply because I had not been going to the gym. And I think you can imagine how bad that is for your mental health. I went down a deep road of depression, of anxiety, and I wouldn't talk to anyone. I would not let myself in with anyone. And that was the story of my childhood, unfortunately. But going back to the habits, one other habit, which, by the way, this one is general, but the most important habit I can recommend to you is staying busy. If you can stay busy, you won't have time for your mind to wander, for your mind to be like, oh, you know what? I wonder what Jessica is doing on her social media right now. I wonder what Elon is posting on Twitter right now. I wonder what Terry is doing on Facebook right now. Because you don't have time to worry about that. You're busy getting shit done. You're busy working out. You're busy working on relationships. You're busy living your life in real life, not on social media. Another way to stay busy every day, and the best way to stay busy every day, the best way to make sure that you're not only busy, but you're productive. There's a difference. The best way to do that is to plan each day. You want to set a list of goals that you have each day. Today, I'm going to get my business plan done. Today, I'm going to go to the gym. Today, I'm going to go on this date, and then I'm going to go home, get a good night of sleep, and I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. Having a set plan, because you don't want to be busy. You want to be productive. In fact, you could even argue you can be more productive in 4 hours than someone who is busy for 16 hours. It's been done so many times by these people who are simply working smarter. The next topic I want to touch on is shiny object syndrome. If you don't know what this is, think about the last time you decided to start a business. Maybe it was e-com, maybe it was real estate, maybe it was flipping shoes, maybe it was Amazon FBA, maybe it was writing some with AI, whatever it was. I want you to think about that time. And I want you to think about how long it took until you realized, oh shit, this isn't what I thought it was. It's more work. It's more difficult. It's more competition. This isn't what I thought it was. I want you to think about that. What did you do in that situation? A lot of people, including myself, hop from field to field to field to field to field, always chasing the shiny object. You always see this money, or you always see these girls, or you always see this nice body, or you always see something you desire, something you want. But then once you get close to it, you realize it's not all it's made out to be, or maybe it is, and it's just more difficult, and you weren't ready to put that work in. That is one of the most dangerous dream killing, and I did it for a year, 2 years, 3 years. But now I want to introduce myself again. My name is Tony Boutros. I'm the host of the Reborn podcast, and I'm now a real estate investor. That is my career. And does that mean I cannot work on other things? No. Simply what that means is I am dedicated to real estate. I am dedicated to being successful in my field. And therefore, I'm not going to quit 2 months in, 2 years into real estate unless there's a valid reason. Which, let's face it, real estate is the safest investment you could make. So it's difficult, to say the least, to find a valid reason to quit real estate. But let's say there was. Then maybe I'll go into e-com, or being an author, or being a full-time podcaster. Whatever the case may be. But you don't do that for 2 weeks or 2 months. You do it and you develop a plan and you go fully into it. You put everything into it. You dive into it and as you can with it. And not only as much as you can. Because today, I can't do as much as Grant Cardone or Pace Morby or Jerry Norton or any of these massive guys. Ryan Serhant. They are business modules who I can't compare to. They are geniuses. They are business leaders. And they are someone to look up to. But they're not someone to compare yourself to. Not in the beginning stages. Compare your career, sure. But one issue that I see lots of people doing, including myself, is comparing yourself to your icons, to your leaders, to your role models. For example, one of the role models that I like very, very much is Alex Hormozi. Great business, great guy, great wife, etc. He has seemingly everything going for him. He has a great social media presence. Everyone loves him. But where did he start? First of all, when he was my age, he was in college. Now, not to be too controversial, but that is not the route I'm going. Instead, I'm starting my entrepreneur journey at 19 years old. But let's talk about when he was 25, when he started his journey. He started personal training first. He didn't start acquisition.com at 25. He didn't start Gym Launch. He didn't start any of these other massive businesses that he's been successful with in his first year in business. And that is a lesson you need to learn. I need to learn. Everyone needs to learn. Compare yourself to where they were maybe. Don't compare yourself to where they are now compared to your current situation. You can have $0 in a bank account. And then it's very daunting to compare yourself to someone who has 100 million, 200 million, a billion, 5 billion. In real estate, that becomes so easy because there are the biggest people in the world are in real estate. The wealthiest people in the world are in real estate. And it becomes difficult to not compare yourself to these people. The issue with that, though, is you're going to defeat it. You're going to defeat your purpose. You're going to lose sight of where you are and where you need to be. If you can go from $0, zero, nada, none, nine, $0 to making $10K a month, not only are you in the top 1% made in 1 month $10,000 more than you have for that in your entire life. And not only that, but you're doing it on a month-to-month basis. In the future, I will be discussing the easiest ways to build to 10K, 50K, 100K, and $1 million with guests on here who have accomplished that. Something about being in real estate, something about being willing to let yourself open to the world and networking is you're able to get around great people, great minds, geniuses, if you will. I have been fortunate enough to speak with multi-six-figure, seven-figure people this early in my career. And while I'm not at that level yet, you better believe I take tremendous amounts of value from these conversations. And I cannot thank them anymore. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you gained value from it. I hope you learned from it. I hope you were able to look at yourself and be like, you know what? He's right. I need to change. And guess what? Changing is great. Changing means that you're willing to get better. And what's better than getting better? Nothing. Nothing's better than getting better. That is the number one thing you can do. All I have for you now is I recommend you follow this channel so you can stay up to date in real estate, you can stay up to date in self-improvement, and you can stay up to date with me. I will be posting content, hosting a podcast that will help you improve your life while I improve mine. As of now, I am looking for people to work with. So I would be happy to hear from you in my DMs and have a full-blown conversation. Hell, we might even set up a free call. I don't want to mislead anyone. It is a free call, and all we'll be talking about is business, entrepreneurship, fitness, etc. What you heard here today, I will make it more personalized for you because I care. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.